Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled The Life of the Jew in Diaspora versus the Life of the Jew in Israel. Matovu alecha Yaakov mishkanotecha Yisrael. Famous pasuk recited by Balaam. He wanted to curse the Jews. Hashem, of course, put a prayer in his mouth, put a bracha in his mouth. We say this every morning in the morning tefillot. What does it mean? What's the Ohel Yaakov Mishkanotecha? Rashi says maybe it's referring to the very modest tents of the Jewish people that Bilam saw. Maybe it's referring to the Beit HaMikdash and the Mishkan. Could be referring to the Beit Knesset, Beit Midrash. A lot of different possibilities. Rashi and other commentaries bring down. The Malbim brings down a fascinating approach. He says that's referring to the life of the Jew in diaspora versus the life of the Jew in Israel. In diaspora, in the midbar, it's ohalecha matovu ohalecha Yaakov. It's temporary, as opposed to once we come into Eretz Yisrael, Mishkan Adach. Mishkan refers to a more permanent kind of building. And Malbim says, look at the next pasuk as well, where the pasuk talks about brooks and rivers and talks about plants and cedar trees. And he says, what does it mean? A brook is something which it runs a little bit, then it could dry up. And that's life of the Jew in Galut, exile, as opposed to a Nahar, a river that's permanent. The life of the Jew in Israel, that's the permanent Jewish existence. And then you have plants. Plants come, they grow, last for a few months, they die out, as opposed to arazim, a solid tree, a cedar tree, that's of course more permanent, and that refers once again to the life of the Jew in Israel. So that's Malbim. What's beautiful to see is that Malbim himself, he wrote a letter in the 1850s, approximately in that time, to Ratzvi Kalisher, who was very much pushing the movement, the Chovevei Tzion movement, to make Aliyah. Don't just wait in Galut for Hashem to fly you in on the wings of eagles. You need to come and build up Eretz Yisrael. And then, Mitzvah Hashem, the Mashiach will come. The Malbim writes him, what your approach is totally right. I have so many indications from Tanakh that is the approach we initiate. We start the process. We come home, and then, Mitzvah Hashem, we will have the Mashiach. So this, Baruch Hashem, is the life in Eretz Yisrael, is the Mishkan. We have to always remember that, and especially the Jews in Galut, in the diaspora, have to remember that it's an ohel, it's a temporary existence. Make the most of it, but of course always have the eyes on the Mishkan in Eretz Yisrael. Shalom.